Hello there, how you doing? Jeff DeSocio from the Talent Opportunity Connector, Broadreach Executive Search and Staffing for your talent tip for the week. So this week's tip is for the candidates out there. As a recruiter, I've been a recruiter for a few years now. I believe it or not, I have so many stories for you if you ever want to talk to me because I've seen it all. Sometimes I get the impression that candidates do not take the recruiter interviews seriously. They're like, you know what? I want to just talk right to the hiring manager. That is the person I need to impress. And that is further from the truth because not only you have to impress the team if you talk to the hiring manager's team at the company, but you have to impress the person in the first interview, and usually that is the recruiter, whether it's an agency recruiter like myself or an internal recruiter at the company. Now, why do you say that? Because, like I said, I've seen it all. I've been blown off. Sometimes candidates just don't show up. It's like an afterthought. And they like, oh, I'm sorry, I missed the meeting. Well, you know what? If I was like the hiring manager, you'll be out, right? So you have to make sure you're always on time and be professional. If you cannot make the meeting or the interview, let the recruiter know as soon as you can because the recruiter's time is just as valuable as your time. So that's number one. Number two, be prepared. Normally, recruiters send you the job description. As an agency recruiter, most of the time we don't let you know the company for obvious reasons. But being prepared for the interview. One of the first questions I ask candidates is, do you have, we have the job description. Do you have any questions? And if there's a radio silence there, that's a first impression right there that you probably didn't even read the job description or you're not even prepared for the interview. Because, in reality, yes, the company is important because that goes later in the interview process for, cultural fit is really key. But it's really those core qualifications, the technology qualifications or it's in finance, which are laid out pretty good in a job description. So preparation, so being on time, being prepared. And then the third thing is dressing up. Yes, no, you do not have to wear a suit and tie for guys. Guys just wear like a collared shirt. Women, same thing, collared shirt. I'm gonna make you all laugh. There's been women that they wear their bathing suits. I get it, it's summer and all that, but don't wear your bathing suit top for the interview, okay? So dress to success. So those are like the three, we'll say shotgun tips. Just being on time, being prepared, and dressing for success. And I know it sounds pretty cliche-ish. That's pretty obvious, but I see out there as a recruiter in interviews, it's probably a 60 to 70% success rate. That mostly 60 to 70% of candidates have those three qualifications going into the interview. Last but not least, but this is a bonus here, right? Get to know your recruiter. Ask them questions. You'll be very surprised. There's a lot of recruiters out there that have a pretty extensive background that have been in the business world and have that proprietary experience that you'll be surprised. So have a good day. It's Jeff D. Socio, the Talent Opportunity Connector. Be prepared, dress for success, and most of all, be on time for your interview. Have a good day.